All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin. All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to 2024. Big up to each and every one of you guys, and Happy New Year. A massive Happy New Year to each and every one of you guys, each and every single one of you guys. Look, so good to have you all here, and we do it again. Hopefully, you guys had a fantastic New Year's Eve with your friends and your family, and you're all safe. You had lots of good food and lovely drinks to have as well. And we are all back here now and ready to rock and roll and ready to do it all over again, and hopefully this time even better than 2023. So, ladies and gentlemen, the January transfer window is now officially open. Lots is going to happen. Lots will happen during this particular transfer window. We will definitely bring in some players, whether they join straight away, I'm not sure. Potentially some of them we might even get now, pre-agreement, pre-contractual agreement, and then potentially they might join next season. And some definitely will come in during this window as we need a few more players. I know it sounds crazy. More players? We need more players? Yeah, of course we do. But at the same time, we do need to get rid of a lot of players too. So there's going to be a lot of outgoings. There might be some surprise outgoings, and there'll definitely be some incomings as well. We're going to go through the latest news this particular month, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be buzzing. We are going to be on top of everything possible. Breaking news, going live, members calling, this, that, the other is going to be wild. And of course, the daily news still continues. All the latest in Chelsea, not just the transfer news, but just your normal news. And of course, the watch-alongs and a whole heap of other things that's going to be popping off. As I said, Happy New Year to each and every one of you guys. Big up to Dexter, Gremlin, Mayank, Sonam, Valan. We've got Enzo Fernandez in the house as well. Andy, Excelsior, Austin, Marcus, Mason. Miz not going anywhere now. Of course not, man. Omo, Victor. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into the news. The latest I just saw literally a moment ago. I can't seem to bring up where this is coming from. I went to Matt Law's page, but I couldn't see it. But apparently, I mean, this is coming from Chelsea Dodgers. Mauricio Pochettino's top choice for striker would be Victor Osimhen. Look, I mean, he would be top choice for all of us. And I think this is a particular position that is definitely that we need. And this is where it all starts. It is understood Chelsea are looking to bring in as many as 4 new faces when the window opens, with a striker as priority, coming from Mail Sport. Look, no doubts, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely no doubt. Striker is the main priority. Let's talk a little bit about the striker situation. Would love to see what you guys have to say in the live chat as well. I wanted to give Nicholas Jackson and Armando Broja at least up until December 2023. We're in 2024 now. And then make a judgment. I know a lot of you guys were saying, Miz, how could we start the season with these players, these strikers? We definitely need to have a bona fide striker, someone who's able to score goals. But I thought, do you know what? With Christopher Nkunku there, we along with Nicholas Jackson and Armando Broja, we would have been fine. But little that we knew, Christopher Nkunku was going to get injured and he's going to be out for so long. Good thing is Christopher Nkunku is back, but obviously he's not fully match fit yet. So we shall see how he gets deployed in the upcoming matches in January and with months to come, obviously in 2024. So Nkunku, we'll see. I think he may be utilized at times as a striker, at times as a central attacking midfielder. I definitely like him as a central attacking midfielder, but I also know that he can be definitely used as a striker. Nicholas Jackson's a different story. Nicholas Jackson, I must say, over the last couple of games against Crystal Palace and Luton, the fact that he's deviated away from being a striker, it's kind of sort of amplified his other parts of the game a lot more. I think Nicholas Jackson, more than well, he's definitely for me now. I can categorically say he's not a striker, and I think a lot of you guys will agree with it. I'm going to bring up some of your comments very, very soon. Nicholas Jackson, over the last couple of games, we can categorically say this guy is 100% not a striker, but he's a very handy winger slash central attacking midfielder. But he could potentially probably play as a false nine. He drops in deep, which should allow the wingers in the half spaces to then come into play. But those wingers will then have to score a lot of goals. So he can either play as a left winger, he can either play as a false nine, I think, as well. Definitely, he's got the attributes. He can even play as a second striker just behind the main striker. So look, he's got it's crazy how when give me 1 second, my dad's just messaging me. Yeah. I'll get back to him a bit later. It's interesting how when he's playing as a striker and generally when he picks up the ball, there's not too much options ahead of him. So his final third decision making is a bit, scrambled. But when he's playing off the left or when he's playing just behind a striker, the half turn, the dribble, the passes, the pass that he did for Cole Palmer. There was a couple of other passes that he did in against Crystal Palace as well. He put a lovely through ball for Mudryk in that game. There was another one against Crystal Palace that he could have had 2 assists in that particular game. So there might be something there with Nicholas Jackson in terms of being a handy winger, false nine, do you know what I mean? Second striker, whatever you want to call it. So there could be value in Nicholas Jackson from that perspective. We still do need to bring in an absolute bona fide striker who's going to be able to bang in goals, but there could be value in Nicholas Jackson in the squad from that perspective. But him as a striker, he's got a lot to work on in terms of his finishing. Who knows? Maybe playing in this role where he's a winger, where he's just behind a main striker, it may just help his game a lot more. Armando Broja, ladies and gentlemen, Armando Broja is definitely one. I feel like he's gotten chances, man. He's gotten enough chances at Chelsea Football Club. Obviously, he's had his injuries, but he had and major injuries as well, major setback. But he's had enough chances this season so far to really try and show something more. And I think he's been unable to do that. And he's probably going to be the casualty in this entire piece here. I still like Armando Broja a lot. I truly believe that he could be something, but maybe he can still be something outside of Chelsea Football Club. And look, we're a particular club. We're shameless. We're absolutely shameless. Be something outside of Chelsea Football Club. And if you kill it, we'll probably bring you back. We'll pay double the money to bring you back. Balan, thank you so much for the super chat. I'm calling you out on this, Miz. I told you I could see him as a false nine like Firmino, and you told me he could not pass. Collecting my receipts, bro. Now, you're right. Look, I've been pleasantly surprised to see Nicholas Jackson's passing ability from that position, because when he used to play as a striker, some of his passes were awful, man. Look, he still needs to develop his first touch. He still needs to work on different area. Like, there are other facets of his game he definitely needs to work on. He still needs to polish up on his final third decision making a lot more, but his final third decision making seems a lot better playing a little bit deeper. So now you're right, man. Valan, you were onto something. You were definitely onto something. Let's see some of your comments before we get into more news. We've got a centre-back news as well, and that is a hot topic to talk about as well. Very shaky, all our centre-backs at the moment. Very shaky, our defence. We almost lost against Luton, and you saw how Thiago Silva wasn't happy. So we'll talk about that, and we'll just touch base on the fact that we're looking for 4 new faces. We'll talk about Ivan Toney as well very, very soon. 4 new faces seems to me a bit too excessive, but we'll talk about all of that. Deba Das is saying, Miz, I personally see Jackson as someone who can flourish paired up with a top-tier striker. Fair enough. And then looks like that seems to be his comfortable zone, playing just behind the main striker. Mr. Machoka is saying a lot of fans are criticizing Jackson as if he's the one costing the team. We have been with strikers a lead, but not scoring. Example, Torres Morata and Bay. Why are we so hard on this young lad? Um, Look, we are hard on this lad because you've been brought in as a striker. He's missed some big chances this season, Mr. Machoka. Like if you remember the Nottingham Forest one, I think there were a couple of other ones as well against Liverpool as well. He missed a couple of chances earlier in the season. So, and there's been many more. There's been many more. In a difficult season, when your striker's missing that type of opportunities, it's hard to fathom. So, look, obviously he's not the only issue. The issue at Chelsea Football Club, no, of course not. But not scoring is a huge factor for us, because that's either deciding whether we win the match or we lose the match. So that's why I think it gets amplified a lot more. You have to understand that. You have to be okay with that. Omo, Miz, Jackson is a left forward like Werner. They were both not good as striker, but okay as wingers. Yeah, fair enough, man. Absolutely fair enough. Enzo Fernandez is saying, how does the board rate Desasi ahead of Chalobah? I said this a long time ago. I said, why don't we just use Chalobah? Don't waste your money, man. I'm not saying Chalobah is some sort of a supreme defender. I've never said that, but I always said, and I've always maintained, he's a decent defender. Like he's more than a decent defender, if I'm being absolutely honest. He's more than a decent defender. You could spend that money elsewhere, or you could just keep hold of that money for the time being until we can finally decide who we want in the centre-back position. But no, we went out, we got Benoit Badiashile, we got Desasi, we got, everyone, Wesley Fofana. And honestly, and we got Levi Colwell as well, who, to be honest, I think Levi Colwell wants to play as a CB, but he's now getting penciled down at that left-back position. But look, moving forward, I don't think that can be feasible. So, yeah, right now, I'm not really convinced with any of the defenders. I'm not. And I said it from the get-go. I still think Silva is our number one defender. And even Thiago Silva's had some mistakes this season. Digital Film Reviews, they told us that Nkunku would solve everything. Look, we need to stay patient with Nkunku. He may very much still solve a lot of things. Maybe not everything, but a lot of things. But right now, I think he still needs to get match up. Okay, coming back to this, it is understood Chelsea are looking to bring in as many as 4 new faces when the window opens, with a striker as priority. Look, striker definitely priority. Who are the other 3 faces that they're talking about? Do we need, ladies and gentlemen, live chat? Nearly 250 of you guys are live right now. First of all, smash the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe, hit the bell notification as well. Make sure you do all of that. Take the opportunity right now to hit that like button, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be a stellar month, man. This is going to be a buzzing month. Do we need, ladies and gentlemen, do we actually need 4 new signings? I mean, striker, yes. Striker is a categoric yes. Without a striker, we will be doomed for the second part of this season. I mean, yeah, we are being fortunate in recent times, picking up the victories back-to-back against Palace and Luton. And some of our rivals have dropped points, so we've slowly been able to bridge the gap between them. But if we actually want to do something in this second part of the season, we need a striker. We definitely need a striker, man. Now, my preference would be Victor Osimhen, if it is possible. In recent times, I didn't think it was possible, but a couple of days ago, Victor Osimhen dropped a bit of a bombshell on social media, and there was no need for him to do such thing. If you missed out on that stream, do check that out. A few streams back, I reacted on that. I think there may be a possibility we could get someone like Victor Osimhen. I fully think so now after his shenanigans online. John Obi Mikel obviously is on the case as well. Someone like Victor Osimhen is obviously the number one choice. He would be the creme de la creme when it comes to striker option. Ivan Toney we're going to get to very, very soon. But besides those two, everyone else, I'm not entirely sure, except for Dominic Solanke. If we're not able to get Ivan Toney or Victor Osimhen, those two are my top choices. Obviously, Victor Osimhen being the being the very first one, first top choice. But if we're not able to get them, then Dominic Solanke is someone that I can definitely get behind. But four new faces, four new faces. Let me know what you think about that, ladies and gentlemen. Let's have a look what you're saying. Left back is a serious issue. Is Ben and Mark good enough to keep Colwell out? And is Colwell good enough to be first choice starting back, centre back? That's a very, very interesting. That's a very, very interesting comment, man. Fullbacks is an issue. Fullbacks is an issue, man. Fullbacks is an issue. Yeah, do we need something right now, or is this something that we can wait for the summer? Levi Colwell is getting smoked, but obviously Levi Colwell shouldn't be left back for. I'm hoping he's not, but we'll see. I mean, Pochettino loves the height, apparently, from Levi Colwell. What happens with Ben Chilwell once he comes back? Does he take up that position being a left back? Ben Chilwell hopefully will come back very, very soon. Cucurella shouldn't be out for too long either. He'll be back very, very soon. Ian Martson is a particular left back. Well, he doesn't even get utilized as a left back. He's definitely going to leave this particular window. So, yeah, it's interesting. I would think in this window we're probably not going to get a left back, but I think come summer, we're going to have to make a decision between Cucurella, Ben Chilwell, Levi Colwell. What are we going to do? Who's going to lose out? Maybe two players lose out. Who knows? I don't know. Cucurella's name's always getting thrown around for the player that, for him to leave the football club. So, yeah, left back, striker, potentially even. I mean, Malo Gusto, obviously, he's doing a fantastic job in the right back position. But, if he gets injured now, then we don't have a right back. I mean, and Reece James, you can chalk his name off for this season. We'll have to start looking at Reece James from next season. So, do we also need a right back? Desasi is someone who deputizes at times, and I don't think that is wise. And the other one is probably a centre back. Let's talk a little bit about the centre back. Before we do that, let's talk a little bit about Ivan Toney, ladies and gentlemen. Chelsea has always been a bit divided over Ivan Toney. He's been on the list and discussed internally, but as previously reported, he's not necessarily at the top of it. This is due to age and price. Again, this age and price notion keeps coming out. We can't be thinking about age, man. Like, we need some experience. The last thing I'd want in the striker position is another potential, another project, another talented superstar for the future. I don't want that. No need to experiment anymore with that striker position. Need someone who's going to be able to bang in the goals, man. Need someone just come in, understand the situation, work hard for the team, and banging the goals, man. Cannot do all of this age BS anymore, man. We need to stay away from this age stuff. Age shouldn't be, unless they're like 33, 34, fair enough. But if they're less than 30, who cares if they're greater than 25 years old, man? That's how I look at it. Look, Ivan Toney, I think Arsenal Football Club are going to go for Ivan Toney big time. Arsenal, the way they're dropping points, they need a striker. That's one of their biggest issues at the moment. They can't score goals. Saka's been a bit indifferent. So is Martinelli. The goals are really drying up for Arsenal, so they need a striker. Jesus, Gabriel Jesus, he does a lot of good stuff, but he's another one of those ones that just not supreme in front of goals, man. So he's still valuable, obviously, to Arsenal Football Club. He would be valuable if we had him at Chelsea Football Club as well. But goals are what they need. I think they're going to be going for Ivan Toney. The last I saw, Ivan Toney could cost something around 80 to 100 million. Because now Brentford, they know that Arsenal need a striker. They probably also know that Chelsea need a striker. If the price goes up to 100 million for Ivan Toney, I think that could be disastrous. Like, if the price for Ivan Toney is 100 million, I think we shouldn't entertain that. We definitely shouldn't entertain that. Even at 80 million, I think that's probably a bit excessive. If we can get something around 70 to 75 million, potentially 70 million. Look, we have to be honest that Ivan Toney has not kick the ball for like over 6 months. So what type of Ivan Toney we're going to get? He's not. I'm pretty certain, like from a match fitness point of view, he wouldn't be up there. So even if you do get Ivan Toney in January, he's not going to be able to just come in and just start immediately. He's going to take a bit of time to adapt again. So you need to have some sort of discount for that particular issue. So yeah, watch this space. But look, even though Ben Jacobs is saying that he's been on the list and discussed internally, but as previously reported, he's not necessarily at the top of it. Like, don't be surprised if something like this happens. Honestly, don't be surprised if something like Ivan Toney to Chelsea happens. One thing I've learned over the past few years of covering Chelsea, just transfer news, you just don't know what can happen, man. All of a sudden something happens, and then you're left gobsmacked. You're thinking, nah, no way. Like, I thought that was never going to be able to happen, but it has happened. Now it looks like he's going to Arsenal. We all knew where Mudryk was going as well, to Arsenal, and then bang, Mudryk is a Chelsea player. So, look, I've always been a bit weary about Ivan Toney. His demeanor as well outside of the pitch is something a little bit questionable, but when he's on form, when he's fully match fit, we've seen what kind of damage he can do playing for someone like Brentford. And I think him playing alongside Mbuemo and some of those players, hopefully we can give him that kind of linkage at Chelsea Football Club, if he does come to Chelsea Football Club. And he's someone who's definitely available for January. I don't think someone like Victor Osimhen, if we were able to sign him in the January transfer window, this one right now, I don't think Victor Osimhen is going to come straight over. Victor Osimhen is something that even if we do sign him now, he's most likely going to come in next season, start of next season. So anyone besides these two, I don't want to entertain. Only Dominic Solanke. I know some of you guys are still laughing in the live chat. Keep laughing, but Dominic Solanke his trajectory is on the upwards. Valan is saying, Openda just joined Leipzig. What are you talking about? I think he's just replying to someone maybe. Jack is saying we should do a double deal with Fulham for Robinson at left back and Palhinha in midfield. Swap Broja and Gallagher plus cash for those two. Oh my days. People still want Palhinha. You have to think, man. There's a lot of midfielders asking for more midfielders. Caicedo, Enzo Fernandez, Romeo Lavia. We've not really sold Gallagher as yet. Asking for Palhinha as well. Palhinha is good, but we have to understand. And that's just people that are here. Andre Santos, Cassidy, Chukwuemeka can be deemed as a midfielder as well. So we can't keep stockpiling. We just bought under 17s or under 17 Senegalese just a few days ago. We're not going to be doing another midfielder, man. If we bring in Palhinha, we just have to keep getting rid of some of the midfielders that we already bought. So I can't see how we bring in a midfielder. Robinson at left back, he's all right. He's okay, but I need more. I need more quality, not just Robinson. So yeah, coming back to the news now. This one, ladies and gentlemen, Chelsea are interested in Jean-Clair Todibo from Nice ahead of the January transfer window. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know. Do you think there is an absolute need to get a CB? I personally think maybe there is, but then we need to decide on what we're doing with the ones that we have. We can't keep stockpiling CBs as well. And I know Chalobah is going to leave, but without Chalobah has been surplus to requirements anyway. Without Chalobah, we still have Silva, we still have Desasi, we still have Badiashile. Levi Colwell should definitely be a centre back. Don't forget Wesley Fofana, probably just around the corner coming back. So this particular brother, Jean-Clair Todibo, look, I don't know who he is. I don't know who he is. If I'm getting a CB, because Silva potentially leaving as well by the end of this year, right? So if I'm potentially getting a CB, I need experience, man. I can't just keep getting all of these French footballer, Jean-Clair Todibo. I just can't keep doing all of these potentials. Let's see how old he is. 24. Okay, 24 is not bad. Like I thought maybe he's like another 18 or 20-year-old. 24 is not bad. He literally turned 24. He's tall. He's even got an assist, but that's not the most important part. What a lot of wins. Not that many goals conceded, looks like overall. What are you guys saying about this brother, Todibo? Let me know. What is your thoughts on Todibo, ladies and gentlemen? Chelsea are interested in Jean-Clair Todibo from Nice ahead of the January transfer window. Let me know your thoughts about, do we need a centre-back in January? And also what your thoughts about Todibo is, because I've not really watched him, so I need to see what you guys have been saying about him. Now, he's been around. There you go. Gilchrist and Humphreys are ready to play. Those are another two players, of course, but they're going to be pure profits, man. They're going to be pure profit. You again want one season wonder. Solanke just had this guy, one season wonder. Yeah, I don't have the energy to talk about Dominic Solanke over and over again. One season wonder, man. One season wonder. Please have a look at his growth for the last 3 seasons at least. Please. Don't give me this one season wonder, man. And yeah, look. Let's talk about Todibo now. Everyone wants Todibo. Everyone wants Todibo. Okay, fair enough. Show me what he's done. Look, I'm not here. I'm not going to convince. I'm tired. I'm not one of those channels that's going to sit here and trying to convince people. If you don't like Solanke, you don't like Solanke. Happy days. I mean, I don't want to ruin my 2024 coming here just arguing with people. I think he's good. You think he's not. Let's move on. Not here to argue with anyone. Victor is saying Todibo is from La Masia, Barcelona Academy. He has been killing it in Nice and with Bolka as the goalie. He would be great competition for Desassi, Fofana for the RCB spot. Okay. So Chalobah definitely is leaving. Chalobah 100% is leaving. Silva potentially not going to be renewing his contract. I don't think Chelsea is entertaining renewing his contract. I would love it. I would love to see Thiago Silva for at least one more season. But he's probably not going to be getting that opportunity. And if that's the case, we probably do need a defender. But then what's the long-term solution? This is what I want to ask you guys in the live chat. What's the long-term vision for Buddy Ishil, Fofana, Desassi, Levi Colwell? There's 4 CBs already. Is there a need for 5? I mean, unless we make it to Europe. If we do make it to Europa League, Conference League, I don't know whether we can make it to Champions League. Maybe then we need 5. But what is the vision? What is the vision for all of these people? And is Todibo better than all of these defenders? I've not been watching Todibo. You guys let me know. He's 24 years old, plays for Nice. Some of you guys apparently think he's excellent. So let me know. Let me know your thoughts about all of this. I find it rather funny, Don Robbie calling out Arsenal for ruining Christmas and New Year. Yep, okay. Random comment. Thank you so much for that. Amia is saying, Buddy Shield is at left CB. Poch doesn't see Colwell as a CB. If Poch doesn't see Colwell as a CB, we have a big issue, because we could potentially ruin this guy's career because he's not a left back. He'll have to start learning how to be a left back. And you can't just all of a sudden learn how to be a left back. Do you know what I mean? Not you can't be one of these learners and think that you're just going to be able to pass by the Premier League. He's getting smoked on the left side for a reason, because he's not a good left back. The GOAT saves football. We get Europe anyway if we win the semi-final in the Carabao, because Liverpool will get Champions League. So we will play Europe even if we lose the final. Can someone confirm me that? If we lose the final, for instance, against Liverpool, do we still get Europe? Because someone told me if we lose the final against Liverpool, we don't necessarily get that European spot. It's whoever in the table is the next up. I don't think we get that spot. Yeah, that's not correct. Yeah, there you go. That's not correct. Yeah, we don't get that. It's whoever is the next in the table to get the Conference League spot, they get it. So it won't be us. We have no left back. They're all effing injured. Where is Poch supposed to play Colwell? Well, yeah. Okay. Well, we do have Martin, by the way, Waldo. Martin is a left back, but Pochettino doesn't want to use Martin. But Martin is a left back. By trade, he's a left back. So he's available. He should be playing Martin. Colwell is not a left back. G11W, personally, Fofana, Desasi for the right, Buddy, Schill, and Colwell for the left. Then have someone like Gilchrist as fifth. So are you guys keen on this Todibo brother? So obviously G11W has set it out. First of all, G11W, are you happy with those options? Are you happy with Fofana, Desasi, Buddy, Schill, Colwell? And would you entertain another CB? Let me know. Nearly 400 of you guys are live already. Smash the like button, guys. Make sure you smash the like button. Martin played left wing back at Burnley, though. Yeah, but he also played left back. Burnley didn't just play left wing back. He also played left back. There were times where they were playing four at the back. I watched a lot of Burnley last season, actually, under Vincent Kompany. I was just keen as to how Martin is going to be doing over there. Martin killed it. The GOAT saves football. Martin is shocking against Palace, but he was in the right wing, so it's granted he plays at left back and he's good, yeah. Todibo, for sure, is better than Desasi on the ball. This is coming from Amir. Well, we're not going to be getting rid of Desasi. That's the thing. We just bought Desasi. This is why I'm a little bit indecisive when it comes to buying a CB, man. I'm just not feeling it. But at the same time, the CBs that we have, they're not giving me much confidence. Marlo, 2 seasons of mediocrity, and you think you can attract good players again? Lol. Don't worry, reality will hit soon when players start questioning why they should come to a stacked team with little room. This is very important. We have to be careful. We don't stack the team again. CBs, we don't need, I personally believe we don't need another CB right now, something we can assess in summer. I'm not convinced with any of the CBs. We definitely have an issue defensively, but we bring in another CB. I know Chalobah's going, but Chalobah doesn't participate anyway. So you're bringing in another CB amongst Silva, amongst Desasi, amongst Buddy Schill, amongst Wesley Fofana, who's going to be fit. So you're going to create that issue of having too many players for a couple of spots, unless we're planning to play 3 at the back, unless we're planning to do that. So it's a good point. And the other point is, if you're continuously just lingering around 10th position, it's not going to be easy to attract some of the best players. I personally think, look, I need some supreme players, man, whether it's in striking position, whether it's in the center back position, whether it's wherever. I don't need any more potentials. Todibo is 24, so looks like he's been around. I've not watched him. Some of you guys have watched him. You think that he's a big time player? Then so be it. Ashraf, I think Poch wants to use the 3 at the back moving forward. That's why we need another CB to replace Silva. And I don't think Poch rates Colwell as CB for some reason. Yeah, look, I wish he did at least try out Colwell as a CB. I don't know why he doesn't rate him. Colwell as a CB is actually from his From his championship days, from his Brighton days, he's actually been someone who's pretty good. The unknown Shinobi, Happy New Year, Miz. To be honest, I don't really get purchasing another young CB. Humphries is killing it on Swansea. I'd rather get an experienced CB. I agree with you. I agree. Look, someone like Humphries is potentially going to be sold. And I like Humphries. And I think Poch likes Humphries as well. Narayan is saying, this is what I said. I don't trust the two so-called sporting directors. I feel it's them who have influenced the owners who don't know much about this game. Do you know what? Alhambra said this in the last members call in. He might be onto something. I actually thought these sporting directors are a couple of puppets, but maybe he's not. Maybe these two are not puppets. Maybe the puppets are the owners who are listening to these sporting directors. Rafael in the house. Big up chat and Miz. Who is this Todibo brother? I'm only getting to know him now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap things up. Thank you so much for your time. Smash up the like button before you go. If you're here for the first time, subscribe. We'll be back later tonight after the Liverpool game, wrapping up the day's news. So do look out for that. It's going to be a buzzing month. It is going to be an absolute buzzing month. Until then, everyone, take care and see ya.